Hi, I'm Holly Eli, and I'm going to tell you about my civil action plan and how it relates to deforestation, which is my main problem I want to tackle. So, deforestation is purposefully clearing out forests for land, and this land is usually used for things such as manufacturing, businesses, fuel, and construction. So my goal and my civil action plan is to implement that businesses in Pennsylvania are made from 100% post-consumer recycled content materials and products are made from forest, and demand that the sourcing for these businesses is done in an environmentally and socially responsible manner. So what this really means is that these Pennsylvania businesses have to go through precautions to open their business and to make sure the land that if they're building a land, it needs to be done in good reason and in good enough reason to tear down a forest. It also means that businesses need to be using recycled materials. For example, this would mean a coffee shop in Pennsylvania would use cups that were made from recycled paper or recycled cardboard, and that way it's taking advantage of the forest we've already cut down rather than continuing to cut more. So that's really my plan. What I want to do is bring you to a place that I know is an empty lot, and it's been an empty lot for a really long time. And I remember when they tore down the trees to make the lot. So nothing ever went there, no business or anything. And it just kind of sits there and it looks really bad. And it was an example of how trees and forest was torn down for not good reason, and why I want to implement that businesses or companies or anything in Pennsylvania that wants to tear down a forest, it has to be done in good reason, and the place that's built there needs to be environmentally cautious. So I'm gonna bring you there and show you. Hi guys, so right now I'm at a place where the Franklin Mint kind of used to be, and it's all just this blank land that they tore down just recently. They tore all the trees down, the forest that was here. It was really beautiful. There used to be a building down there, but that's where that stuff is. All this land was still just trees and forest, and they tore all of it down for this ugly, and it looks terrible, and it's available, it's for sale. Oh, there's a lot of people driving past me. But yeah, and it's a prime example how deforestation is really taking over our area specifically, along with other areas. And I really want to target the Department of Agriculture and the government to show them how our area is being affected specifically, and how businesses, just like in media, they passed something just a few weeks ago that media businesses now have a ban on plastic bags, and it's a step towards me wanting to have all businesses in Pennsylvania only use sustainable products and go through environmentally precautions with their companies. And so yeah, really that's what I want to do, and I just want to show you guys how in our area it's really bad, and this is what it looks like. So yeah. Hi Miss Wolf, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Okay, we're going to talk about deforestation today.
Fantastic.
Do you know what that is?
I do.
Okay. Do you notice deforestation in your area?
Unfortunately, I do, because we have a lot of developments going up around us, and so I'm just seeing a lot of land and, being sacrificed for prefab homing.
Do you feel that impacts you?
Yeah, I do, because I noticed there's a family of deer that have been growing and living in my backyard because their home is kind of getting ruined. So on a very simple level, yeah, I do.
Yeah. Do you notice that you make any consumer-based decisions in your life?
When I can, I do. I really try to. I notice that more and more companies seem to be making pledges to the environment, and I feel better about shopping with them, kind of always hoping that I'm not being kind of falling for a scam. But yeah, I do. I'm very aware of that.
You said you feel better about shopping with them, so do you feel that you'd be willing to pay more knowing that some of these companies are environmentally sound?
Yeah, I would. I think if there was a way that I knew for real, that a tree was being planted, or a meal was being delivered, or whatever it was, I would. But yeah, I think I would, because I would feel like I'm not just taking, I'm also returning something.
So for some of these places, you have to give up some of your convenience, and it's for a good cause. You'd have to maybe bring your own coffee mug or a reusable grocery bag. Do you feel you'd be willing to do that?
I would. I also know that I would always forget, and then I would have to carry out my 700 things to the car. But I would be willing to do that. I would look like an idiot, but like not bringing a bag, that's on me, and I think eventually I had to remember it. So yeah, I don't view that as like a convenience thing. That's just kind of a change of habit.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
do you think you could stay like completely loyal to having to like be bringing your own stuff all the time if that was the only option?
I do. I think it's just like about a change of habit,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then I think eventually it wouldn't be less of a convenience issue
Mm-hmm.
for me, because I just would have to retrain
Yeah.
myself,
Yeah.
and then it would become kind of second nature.
Yeah. And then how do you think your opinions align with other people in your age group?
I think that, again, for the most part, the people that I know, you know,
Mm-hmm. Or I can make it more specific, like
Mhm.
people in your age group in this area.
yeah, that's probably,
Yeah.
yeah, like this little area.
Yeah.
I think that I'm pretty much in line with where, like,
Mhm.
again, I mean, I'm like on death's door, you know, and so as I'm thinking about the world, and I've left it for my grandchildren. I am becoming a lot more aware of kind of decisions
Yeah.
that I could make, and so, and also I honestly, jaded, you know, like
Yeah.
there's a lot of false. I don't know, like, you know, recycling is kind of a scam. I do it anyway, but then it doesn't happen. So like,
Yeah.
I think again, if it were able to come into the community where we could see, here's what's going on, and here's something that we were actively doing, yeah, I think that more and more people would, definitely my age, you know, we like to be superior to you young people. So, yeah.
All right. Well, that pretty much answers all my
Awesome.
questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for staying and learning and watching on how deforestation really takes over our area and all of Pennsylvania, and how my civil action plan is going to decrease that. Tell your friends and others, because the more support we get, the larger the group is, and the more attention it'll get when it's brought to the government and the Department of Agriculture. So thank you.